Karaoke screams, singing themes, heart and sleeves. Anime dreams, bursting seams, city gleams, dancing screams, endless streams, life's extreme, Saturday gleams, so it's day gleams, so it seems nothing rings. Raid the channel, riot loud, crowd unbowed, techno sound, pulses pound, dream astound, youth unbound, joy profound, lost and found. Channel raid, we're on the prowl, echoes howled.
Good morning and welcome back, my nerdlings. How are you today? It is Saturday. It is the 26th day of July, 2025. 60 degrees and cloudy, gloomy, drizzly here at Site B. And as always on Saturdays, we're going to take a break from all the toxicity and name calling and finger pointing and cage rattling and horde warring and whatever else. Drink some coffee. Hang out with Steve the cat who's going insane. Take a stroll through the tube of you and make some new friends. Shout out some new channels. As always, thank you to my number one employee, JeffsgameboX, for providing all these links. Please, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe to JeffsgameboX, please help this guy reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year. We've got a little contest going on between him and me, so please help him win the contest by getting 1,000 subs before the year rolls over. Speaking of subs, Steve the cat would like to remind you that it's his birthday, and for his birthday, he would like to request 4 more subs to the channel so we can have 2,200 subs by midnight, August 4th. So if you got nothing else to do, hit the subscribe button. And speaking of subscribe, see what I did there? Let's make some new friends, because I think after the week we've all had, we need to spread a little kindness, a little joy, a little love, a little respect, a little whatever. And we have got number one, Regula Binder. Regula Binder. Am I saying that right? Regula Binder has 487 subscribers, 14 videos, and she says, "Hi, I'm Regula. I'm a new fantasy writer documenting the chaotic quest of building a world from scratch. Expect logical breakdowns, nerdy deep dives, and tea-fueled sarcasm." Ooh, I do love me some sarcasm. You sarcasm, you dude? No, not you, oggm. You're never sarcastic. All right, the last time she posted was 10 days ago, and she did something on economy. That's always nice. She did one 2 weeks ago about magic systems. For those of you who don't like the Vancian magic of D&D, it's always nice to explore other magic systems. Curious to see if she has ever checked out Ars Magica, considered by many to be the best, at least the old Ars Magica. I don't know about the new Ars Magica magic system for role playing. If you don't know what Ars Magica is, are you familiar with the movie Dragon Slayer? That's pretty much Ars Magica. Something on history, something on world building, culture. So she's getting really deep diving into, not the basic stuff. This is how to make a dungeon, but really like, what is it that makes an elf? And how is elf A different than elf B? What is it that makes a magic system? What is it that makes a rogue? What is it that makes a green slime? Why are the green slimes the best monster? Why are slimes? Did I tell you guys I had the slime argument with my niece last week? Arguing with a 9-year-old why slime is the best monster in the game. And she's like, no. But we came to an agreement that we both like mimics. And she likes mimics. And I'm like, well, yeah, mimic is in the slime family, And did you know mimics could talk in the original Monster Manual? I haven't checked if that's still an ability mimics have in 5.5, but apparently mimics used to be able to talk more than one language. I don't know why something pretending to be a table would need to speak Elven, but you never know. I'm not a table. I'm an Elven table, Bill. Anyways, deep dives, exploring. I like this. Thank you, Regula Binda. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. I would love to talk world building with you sometime if you have a free moment. I think I did okay with DM Blackwell yesterday. I probably made a fool of myself. I don't know why I bother. I'm not very good at this interviewing thing. I get nervous. My autism kicks in. My introvertness, I start, the fumbling of the words. And as I get older, it's just getting harder for me to communicate. Not that I was ever very good at it. So hopefully I didn't embarrass myself if you haven't checked out that yet. And it's not going to stop me from reaching out to new people and make some new friends. So let's give her a like, share, and subscribe, Regula. Thank you for being awesome and doing awesome deep dives into your thinking pattern on how to create gaming. I think we can get you up to 1,000 subs. Moving on. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah. Okay. Well, this is Tom's gaming table. And bam, this is Tom's gaming table. I mean, really, more, what can we say? It's a table. Tom's gaming table has 490 subscribers and 8 videos. Not bad. Tom's Game Table is your source for all things D&D miniature, wargaming, and board games. Follow along for weekly updates featuring DM philosophy, product reviews, terrain tips. I do like me some terrain, and gaming advice. Tom's last video was 7 days ago. Looks like he is exploring Adventure Conqueror King 2nd Edition. Remember that adventure we had, guys? What was that, earlier this year or was that last year? It was either late last year or earlier this year when I was asking people to explain Adventurers Conqueror's King to me and why I had to have it. And they listed off the list and I was like, but I already have that. I mean, maybe not in all one book, but I've already got Worlds Without Number. I've already got book, fantasy OSR games. Why do I need a new fantasy OSR game? What is this one going to do that the other ones I don't do? People got really mad at me. I remember one guy whose name I shan't mention who got so mad he claimed he was kicking me out of the OSR. But that's okay. I was invited back into the OSR 2 weeks later. So all is fair. Anyway, we're talking about the Bard class. There's another class that, really has never been done right because nobody really knows what it is. Looks like he's going into weapons and armor. The Barbarians. So basically, this guy is taking apart Adventurer Conqueror King, which, was the OSR darling for about 5 minutes. So yeah. And why Adventurer Conqueror King is better. There's a lot of reasons why Adventurer Conqueror King is better. Like if you didn't have the level of collection of crap I have, and you really wanted to get into a deep dive, crunchy game about world building, character building, leveling, it's a masterclass in game design. My only argument was, why did I need to spend $75 on a game I was never going to reuse when I already had everything that the game offered? And that apparently pissed people off. But if you don't have 40 years of PDFs and notes and games, and you're looking for a deep dive, all-in-one, rich, amazing system, then yeah, Adventurer Conqueror King. Plus, I guess you get kicked out of the OSR if you don't buy it. I don't know. I'm not bitter. Anyways, I do like the fact that Tom's Game Table's character is a table. I do like the fact that he is braving the doing another game instead of Daggerheart or D&D. It must be very difficult for my fellow independent game designers, independent game reviewers to not jump on the Daggerheart bandwagon. Wait, OGGM, didn't you just get a copy of Daggerheart from Michael Davis, and aren't you going to do it? Oh yeah, I am, because I promised I would. But other than that, yes, thank you for giving Adventurer Conqueror's King a lot of attention, Tom. We appreciate it. And again, just because I didn't pick up Adventurers Conqueror King doesn't mean you shouldn't, because it is an amazing system. Bam! Like, share, and subscribe for Tom and his table. Because the table never gets enough love. We give lots of love to the dice, the figures, the character sheets, but how often do we just go, damn, that is some nice mahogany. Moving on, we got Shield's Rest. Shield's Rest has 755 subscribers, 152 videos. Welcome, Shield brothers and Shield maidens, to Shield's Rest. We're a group of friends and military members. Military members, thank you very much for your service, ladies and gentlemen, that absolutely love games. We believe no matter the system you play, you should have enough content to have an epic game night. Agree. So if you like D&D, Daggerheart, DC-20, Genesis, or more, you can expect to see videos of various content related to those alike. We look forward to seeing you at the table someday and would love to engage with you. You're a big part of the community growing and being the best we can be. Please consider subscribing. And until next time, keep the shield wall strong. That sounds like a song. Keep the shield wall strong. Bum, 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 bum. Like, share, and subscribe. Ba-dam! Let's see. Their last video was a day ago, and they're doing Edge of Empire. Are they doing a role play? Well, it's an hour, so I guess they were doing a live play of Edge of Empire. Edge of Empire is one of the Star Wars games that came out recently from Fantasy Flight. Is it the best Star Wars game? No, the best Star Wars game is D6 West End Games Star Wars. So the argument is really which is the second best of the various Star Wars games. There's three, right? West End Games, TSR / Wizards of the Coast, and the new one. Right? Am I missing one? No, I think there's three, right? So it's really just an argument for who's second. Edge of Empires are the one that Wizards of the Coast did. I think the best thing about Wizards of the Coast was the initiative rules. Other than that, pretty sure the Edge of Empire stuff, it beats that. But still, pound for pound, the best Star Wars game is D6 West End Games. So they're doing look at subclasses, different class builds for different games. They're looking at Fabula Ultima, breaking down different things, how to build encounters in Daggerheart, druids, monks, classes, complete guide to combat, just a general hodgepodge of deep dives into different aspects of game of choice, whether that game of choice be Dungeons and Dragons, Empire's Edge, Daggerheart, or whatever. I noticed no mention of my game on here. Where's your deep dive into Tales from the Pog Wars? Why don't you reach out to me and I'll gladly send you a free copy because I need playtesters. Anyways, let's give them a like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for sharing all the love and excitement and deep dives. We do love deep dives because it's always nice to compare 2 or 3 different deep dives and see what they have alike and see how different they are. Which I guess goes to the whole rules as perceived versus rules as written versus rules of intended. You know, 2 guys could look at the exact same class for the exact same amount of time and come away with 2 different perspectives on that information. And when I say guys, I don't mean just men. Guys or dude is just my generic term for everybody, male, female, however you identify. You are a dude or a guy because I don't have the wherewithal to bother. So yeah, it's fun to watch and compare and contrast. You know, 2 people talk about barbarians and they will inevitably come away with 2 different interpretations because nobody perceives things the exact same way. So we do love ourselves some class breakdowns. Thank you, Shields Resp, giving you a like, share, and subscribe. And if you're ever in the neighborhood, I'd love to trade ideas with you because, you know, I always got to improve my bandwidth. We got Lore Forevermore is our 4th of the day. Lore Forevermore has 234 subscribers, 72 videos, and they say that I can't read. Dungeons and Dragons lore produced fresh daily and taking requests. Come be inspired by epic tales, rich history, and hidden secrets. From lost ruins to divine pantheons, bustling cities to their seedy factions, mighty heroes to sinister villains, ancient musters to sacred artifacts, essential for DM players and fans who cherish the world. Join us daily and master its lore. Like, share, and subscribe. But damn, you are number 235. The last video they did was 19 hours ago, and they did a D&D lore of the entropy, primordial worshippers who worship the void. They did one on the War of the Silver Marches, Epic Northern. They did war on the Society of the Kraken, who are a villain group in the Forgotten Realms. The Rock of Brawl, which is from Spelljammer D&D space. Rock of Brawl, of course, being famous for the story of the Beholder who climbed all the way top into the Rock of Brawl and was exposed to the true secret of the multiverse. So there's a lot of just deep dive into hey, Molarond. Yeah, I love Molarond. One of my favorite D&D characters was a paladin from Molarond. We got just a whole deep dive into the various different aspects of the Forgotten Realms, Nethril, Algernon, Mask. Isn't that the one of the ones that died? Ooh, Oozes, my favorite. Spell jamming. I reckon almost every one of these names, man. That's awesome. Be interesting to see how on the nose they are, but so far it looks like they, Daggerford, the City of Stores. I don't see Thay. I think this week alone we should be giving a little extra love to Thay because Hulk Hogan just passed away, and of course Hulk Hogan, the Thavian theme song. I am a real Thavian, fight for the right of Zastan. I am a right. I mean, yeah. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Walker. Rest in peace, Chuck Mangione. Rest in peace, the drummer from some band. I mean, you could just say rest in peace for everybody that died because people die all the time. It's only famous people that get attention. If you go through the obituaries, it's like, oh, so got Dr. So-and-so practiced for 57 years, like leaves behind. I don't care. He's not famous. Ozzy Osbourne died. Hulk Hogan died. Wow. Okay, that's important. We need to talk about that. But more importantly, very bizarre segue in regards to dying. The death of vsojo. We gotta, considering it's like we're starting all over again, we gotta start with a shout out to Mouse. Hello, Mouse. I love you. You are my hero. I know you'll never hear the sound of my voice, but you are one of the main reasons I keep doing this every week. Your strength, your kindness, your generosity, your sense of humor, your goofiness, your ability to overcome every horrible thing that life has thrown at you, and then you took this horrible experience with vsojo and turned it around into something positive, and within a week raised almost $1 million, closer to $2 million for the charity immune deficiency. You were in the news. Everybody's talking about Mouse. I would not be doing what I am doing right now every Saturday if it was not for ironmouse, listening to Mouse and watching Mouse during the pandemic and watching Mouse do a raid. And that was like, I should do that. I should do that for tabletop role-playing game on YouTube. I should find channels every week and raid them, shout them out, try and bring attention to them. And, obviously, selfishly, I hope they return the favor. I'm not a complete idiot. There is a little selfishness involved in this. I want to make new friends and find somebody to game with. So Mouse is my hero, one of my heroes. Nothing but love and respect for this woman and everything she's accomplished, despite how the odds were against her. And then to have this vsojo thing just explode in her lap, completely unexpected, finding out, how much money that they've been pocketing that's supposed to be hers, finding all these sleazy things about like what happened with Silvervale and Nanners and a bunch of other people. And of course, a bunch of other people are going to come out now and say, oh, well, vsojo did this and this and this. I'm sure so-and-so is going to say, oh, well, vsojo tried to destroy my life, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, 80% of everything people are saying about vsojo is true. 20%, maybe not, And sure, vsojo came out with an apology, but obviously it wasn't a very great apology because people are still like, but yeah. And, it's sad because a lot of the people that got affected about this had left their previous entertainment company to join vsojo because of how shitty they were being played in their previous entertainment company. And vsojo offered an island of tranquility where they were going to be treated, fair and kindness and managed the correct way. And it turns out, nope, no, they were pretty scummy too. So Mouse had this huge landmine dropped in her lap. She cried, she complained, she talked to lawyers, she hid under the covers, but then she came back stronger than ever. So now it's like she's starting all over. She's the real VTuber now because she's an independent, I guess. Hopefully she has a good legal team and advocacy and everything because we don't want her to get screwed over again. And that this all comes to a relatively happy conclusion. Shame on you, vsojo. Shame on you, Gunrun. But then vsojo declared bankruptcy, so that's going to affect what going forward. But she didn't let it stop her. She got back up on her horse and she did a new video. She did a new music. She started a new telethon, subathon to get the money back for immune deficiency. So yeah, Mouse, thank you very much for being awesome, for being my hero, for the laughter, for the, just everything. I would not be doing this Saturday thing without you. So I feel like since you are starting all over again, we have to start all over again with Iron Mouse and give a shout out for Iron Mouse. Thank you, Iron Mouse, for being Iron Mouse. Okie dokie. Artichoke, that's it for today. Hopefully, if you've heard any channels you want to check out, the links are going to be in the description down below. Thanks, as always, to our good friend Jeff's Gamesbox for providing each and every one of these links. Also linked down below. Please give Jeff Gamebox subscribe if you haven't yet. Help this man reach 1,000 subs by the end of 2025. If you have a channel, God, what is wrong with my voice today? I can't talk. Rubber baby buggy mumpers. If you have a channel you would like me to shout out, please feel free to DM me or contact me through the Twitch or in the comments. And if you'd like to come on and talk about your channel or your game product like Mr. Blackwell did last night, I am always happy to have you on and make a fool of myself with you. Till next time, I'm the OGGM. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Please check out my merch, which is marked down on drive-thru for $12. And remember, it's Steve the Cat's birthday coming up, and mine. So we're looking for 4 more subs so we can have 2,200 subs by August 4th. So if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the OGGM Adventures yet, just tiptoe those fingers over to that subscribe button and hit that notification button, and we will talk to you later. Now get off my land!
Electric beats, bustin' streets, endless streets, midnight beats, living heat, hearts beat fleet, polyphonic meets, cyber beats, rhythm sweet, Saturday seats, beat retreats, makes us complete. Blazing trails, no fails, neon veils, waves of gales, color tales, joy sails, endless rails, like a veil, Saturday's tale, we hell breaking jails. Break the shadow, riot loud.